So we have discussed these options. Okay, then this add or remove point, add point on line, and project point. So these are the options that we commonly use. Okay, so just we can ignore all these options. So next thing, so now we have just covered the F11. Okay, F11 geometry edit. Then this is the important command for meshing. Please write it down. F12 for meshing. This is for meshing, or we can say like auto mesh. So as you can see, when you press F12, these options will come. So before that, I will just clean. I will just delete the existing mesh. F2 delete. Okay, I will just remove all the unwanted steps. Lines I will delete. Lines displayed, delete. This line I will just unsplit. Okay, then all these points I don't want to, so just remove it. Right, this one it won't move. Okay, no problem. Okay, so F12, very important, this one. Okay, so as you can see, F12 command is for meshing. Okay, meshing. So here you can see surface option, right? Means if you want to mesh a surface, you have to select the surface and you need to give mesh. So it will give the mesh for you, right? And here the element size you can specify. The global size you need to specify here. This global size, minimum size, maximum size, element quality, parameter, criteria, everything we'll discuss in detail. But as of now, just think some basic things you need to learn. This element size, whichever I have given here now is 5 mm. Okay, so the software will try to give a mesh sized 5 mm. It will vary as per the geometry complexity. Okay, and the mesh type you can see here mixed. Again, if you press this drop down, you can see mixed, R-trias, isotrias, chord, etc. Okay, and here also you can just see element surface component. This option is used. Suppose if you want to keep the elements, suppose if I'm just meshing one component, that elements, if I want to move into one particular components, I can just change it. If I can just move those elements to as per my wish by using this one. So if you click this one, it will change into current component. That I will just demonstrate you. Then the first order. Usually, suppose this is one code element. Okay, as we have discussed, I'm having, we'll be having nodes, right? I said like nodes, elements, etc. So this is one code element, and in the edge it will be having the nodes, right? So this type of what we can say element is termed as first order. Okay, and if I want to make the element much more stiffer, I need to use second order elements, which means this will be having nodes in the middle. So the element will become much more stiffer. Similarly, for tria elements, this is one tria element, as you can see, and we'll be having 3 nodes. And if I want to induce more stiffness to the components, what I need to do, I need to use second order elements, second order. So when we use this into second, it will create automatically, it will generate middle nodes to impart more stiffness. So all these things we learn when we deal with the element types in Abaqus library. Okay, so as of now, just I mean, aware of these things. Okay, then we will just come back to Hypermesh. So as we can see here, surface option is there. I'm clicking the surface just to give mesh. So it will give mesh for me. Okay, mesh. So if I'm giving return. If I'm giving 2 mm, see the mesh will be again, I mean, it has reduced, mesh has become refined, right? Now, if I'm giving return, if I'm giving here elements, if I want to remesh the elements, I mean, whatever the mesh has generated, again, we can just manipulate it that one by using these elements. So I'm selecting this one, and again, if I'm clicking the mesh option, see here, it will create elements, and it will show some numbers over here. So here it is 8. So if I'm giving here as 8, just to alter the node numbering here, if I want to increase, press left button of your mouse. If I want to decrease, you need to give right button of your mouse. If I'm giving 8 here, this tria will disappear, we will get better flow. See here, in this way. So as of now, you just make aware of these things, but later on, I mean, in the next class we'll discuss like how to mesh, how not to mesh, why these trias are avoided while meshing. All such things we will discuss in detail in the next class. So as of now, you just learn like this surface and elements. If we keep them, we will just keep the select the elements and we'll just remesh it. Okay, this process, whatever the process which I have demonstrated now, it is termed as remeshing. Okay, now I'm deleting these elements which have created. Delete entity, F12 again. If I'm giving here R trias, just give surface, click, just second, abort, click here, R trias. So here it will come R trias, surface, mesh it. So it will give R tria mesh. One angle will be 90 degree. Okay, in this way. So you can just pass through this thing in detail by your own. And this option, element to surface component. So if I'm giving this one, if I'm giving the mesh, it will go to this surface component. I mean, the surface, this surface will be belongs to this component here. So the mesh also will be going to this component. Suppose if I want to create one component, okay, I'm just deleting the existing mesh, right? Again, F12. If I'm changing this option to this one, if I'm clicking here, you see here element to current component. What is current component? Current component means, see, now this has become bolded, right? It has become highlighted. If I want to highlight this one, click on the component one, right button, then make current. So it will be the current component, which means whatever the mesh or editing or whatever I'm doing now will be going to this component. Suppose if I want to, whatever the mesh that I'm going to give, if I want to move all those mesh to this component, what I need to do, I just need to click on to this component to right button, then make current. Then select the component, mesh it, return. it will show us yellow. Why? Because the component to color which you have selected is yellow. You can change by your own, yellow, green, or whatever you want to, right?